In this video, I want to show you a risky behavior of a driver that is blatantly going through the red light and the type of risks they are taking on and the kind of dangers that they're putting other people on the road, they're subjecting other people to. So we're coming up to a left turn signal light here. We're stopping, waiting for the light to come through or turn on for us. And right away we can see the through light went to yellow and the car on the right, the moment this light turns to green, they're coming through the intersection. So it makes sense for them to be clearing the intersection, although I feel like they were speeding there. But anyway, they made it to the other side of the intersection and the light is still yellow. So they had a point of no return issue. It made sense for them to clear. However, coming up here from the rear view camera, we can see this person is much further back, coming in and blasting through on a stale yellow, and you can see right there, they're still not even midway into the intersection, the light's gone to red, and then they carry on like it's a racetrack. Now, let's kind of dissect this maneuver real quick here. It might seem like what's the big deal, but let's think about the hazards that this type of behavior poses. So further back here, we can see that while the light was green, this vehicle here had crept forward into the crosswalk. They're trying to get a gauge on cross traffic to figure out when is it that they can make their right turn on the red that's facing them. And so when the light turns to yellow and this guy is coming through, we can see shortly after their wheel starts inching forward. So they're thinking, well, they just got the yellow, so chances are they're coming to a stop. And then again, right as this person is coming in on the red, notice this person is rolling in. So this thing can play out a couple of ways. Imagine if this person was in a rush, they didn't see this person coming through, they went ahead and made the turn and they went wide, right? So right there, if two people are doing the wrong thing at the same time, you can have a collision on your hands, okay? The other side of the equation, if you will, is imagine this wasn't a left turn signal. Imagine that we were in our waiting position, waiting to turn left, and this person here across from us was in a waiting position, waiting to turn left. And at the green light, right, we would be waiting, right? So imagine this was just a regular intersection light. We didn't have this left turn signal. I would be in the intersection. This car across from me would be in the intersection waiting for a safe gap to make their left turn. And what would happen? On the yellow, this guy would see that this person is coming in. They have a point of no return issue. So they would be thinking, okay, I'll start inching forward slowly in a straight line as I let this person clear the intersection, and then I'm getting ready to tuck in behind them, right? Now, the problem here is, notice even from our dash cam's vantage point here, because of this minivan directly behind us, it's hard to see this vehicle that's about to approach because there's a slight bend in this road, okay? And so if we are having a hard time seeing what's coming at us to this intersection, this person waiting in the waiting position would not only be having a hard time because of us blocking their view, but the minivan behind us, and they wouldn't really be seeing that this person is going to be coming in at such a fast pace into a red light. So right after that car, they might have got the idea of starting to make that turn, and then they would potentially have a collision with this vehicle. Okay, so those are the two possibilities of a collision at this intersection with another vehicle. But at the same time, if this was not a dedicated left turn signal here, and the moment this light turns to red, if this was a regular intersection, the walk signal would come on here. And we can see if I fast forward a little bit, right about here, we've got about 10 people stepping into the crosswalk. A lot of them look like they're kids or teenagers. And imagine if they were on this side of the intersection And imagine that kids sometimes step out into the crosswalk a little bit sooner than the walk signal tells them to, right? Sometimes they would just want to run across or think, oh, well, the light is almost green, why don't I step out? And this vehicle here comes blasting through, right? Having no regard for anyone's safety at the intersection. And right there, that would be a disastrous situation if a kid or a teenager or whatever steps out and this guy is coming blasting through. So the point of this video is I'm not trying to change the behavior of this driver because they're probably not watching YouTube videos and they probably don't care. And they're probably going to have to learn this lesson the hard way at some intersection, unfortunately. But you as a defensive driver or you as a person that's using the crosswalk, I highly encourage you to scan the intersection, right? So don't just blindly enter the intersection assuming that the light is now green for you or that, you know, it's your right of way now. So this is part of the reason why we always tell students you have to stop at a red light and shoulder check right, creep forward to see what's going on the cross traffic before you can think about making a right turn at an intersection, okay? And this is why if you just roll forward and try to make a right turn at a red, it's an automatic fail because these threats really do exist, okay? And same idea if you're a pedestrian, right? Don't just trust that cars are going to stop for a light because they don't always do so.